Today, I want to talk about watch bands for the Apple Watch. 5.19 miles, 7 minutes, 35 seconds per mile today, going for a steady state run along the lakefront, another beautiful sunrise. I've been really lucky lately with just getting absolutely beautiful sunrise after beautiful sunrise. It really does make marathon training so much easier when you know you're going to have beautiful vistas like that to run to, and today was definitely no exception. Now, my usual routine when I come back from a run is to take my Apple Watch off and put it on the charger while I get cleaned up, take a shower, and get ready for the day. But what I've been finding over the summer is that sometimes when I go to put the watch back on as I'm leaving in the morning, it's still wet from all the sweat from my run. So it's not really all that pleasant to put back on, and it doesn't really smell all that great. Fortunately, we did have that time over at the water parks with my family a week ago, and spending all that time in pools and in chlorine and on water slides definitely cleared up the smell issue, but I still had the issue of I just don't like putting on a wet watch band. And I've been using the nylon watch band that came with my Apple Watch, and I really enjoyed this one. This is probably still my favorite because it's really easy to just put it on, cinch it down, and Velcro it tight because of the way it works. So that's also really good for when I'm running. If I need to adjust the placement of the watch in terms of getting the heart rate monitor in the right place. But it is a fabric nylon material. It's a little bit reflective and it's a little bit stretchy. So all these things that I really like about it, extremely comfortable. But it does, when it gets wet, stay wet, whether it's wet from when I try to wash it, I use some soap and water and I'll try to hand wash it, or if it's wet from sweat. So I had been looking at some aftermarket watch bands to kind of have something to switch out to. I thought about just buying another one of the same watch bands, but I thought that might be a little bit boring. And I'd been looking on Amazon for different watch bands, and there's so many options out there, and you can't touch them. You have no way of knowing, is the $10 one good? Why is this other one $50? So when the people at Monowear reached out to me asking me if I wanted to try some of theirs, I was really excited. And I picked one that was kind of like the Apple Watch band that I currently have. It's their black nylon. And in terms of function, it works pretty much the same, where you put it on and you cinch down the nylon band, then it Velcros back onto itself, and then it stays on that way. I thought I would really like this one the most because it's probably the most similar to the one that I currently have. It has a kind of brown leather patch, which I'm not a huge fan of. I didn't really like this on there. If you have a black nylon band, if you had a black leather patch right there, I thought that would work the best. But ultimately, while the attachment points to the Apple Watch are really rugged and quite substantial and much beefier than I was expecting, so I was very surprised with that. I didn't find this nylon strap to be all that comfortable. It's a little bit thinner than the band that I currently have, and it's not stretchy, and it didn't feel great. So at $32, this one is probably going to be a pass for me. I find myself not really needing more than one, and I don't really love this one, and so I haven't really, other than to test it out a couple of times, I haven't really been using this one at all. The one that I have been using is the one that's on the watch right now. This is the perforated leather, and it comes in a couple different colors. When you order any of the watch bands from Monowear, you tell them which Apple Watch you have, which color and which size, and then it can narrow down and filter the results. This is the one that I picked out. It comes in some brown tones, but I also like the black leather of it. And this one I really like. It's very comfortable. Again, the parts that attach to the Apple Watch are really strong, so I don't feel like by repeatedly putting them on and off, it's something that's going to break. I'm not worried about that, or that my watch is going to pop off of the watch band. I feel pretty confident in that. And the leather's really nice and comfortable. And so when I have a particularly hard workout, pretty sweaty day, and I know that my Apple Watch band, the one that it came with, is still going to be wet after a workout, or let's say I want to wash it, then I will switch out to this leather one. It feels great. I feel like it looks really nice. It feels great to have on the wrist. Very comfortable. It's very lightweight as well. So that's something that was a little bit of a surprise to me. I felt like it would be heavier, but it doesn't really substantially change the weight or the feel of the watch in that regard on my wrist. And so I just really have been enjoying this one. It's a little bit on the pricey side at $52. I'm not sure if that's a lot for something that's a leather product or not, but it's something that I've been enjoying. Not every time that I go for a run, it's not like I have this on my wrist every day after the run. So I'm not using the original Apple Watch band only for workouts and then this for all the other times of the day. So it's only like a couple times a week on those particularly hard workouts or those longer runs where I'm getting really sweaty and I know that that original Apple Watch band is going to still be gross after my shower. That's when I'll reach for this. So I'm doing it a handful of times per week, but I've overall really been enjoying with it. I thought I would really dislike kind of the fussiness of like switching out one band for another, but after doing it a couple times, it gets to be a pretty quick transaction. So definitely something that I can live with. I keep this band when I'm not wearing it in kind of the drawer where the Apple Watch charger is. So it's kind of like you do all the same things at once. So that's kind of how I've been living with the Apple Watch lately, trying to get through the summer and trying to keep my wrist from either looking or smelling too disgusting. So that's all I have to say about the Monowear Apple Watch bands. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. In terms of disclosures, and I'm gonna try putting the disclosures at the end. Some of you guys don't like it in the beginning. I think it's important in the beginning, but I'll put them to the end, give that a try. Let me know what you think about that. They did send the 2 Apple Watch bands to me for free for the purposes of review, but they're not paying me to make the video or to wear the Apple Watch bands, and they're not gonna get a chance to preview any of this content before you guys get to see it on YouTube. Now, before I go, I do wanna remind you guys about the charity run for this week. It's Justin Gingerich. He's gonna be running the New York City Marathon and raising money for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. I've been happy to donate $70 to his fundraising efforts, and I'll post links in the description in case you'd like to learn more. That's all I have for today, everybody. Thanks so much for making it to the end of the video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.